Hey guys, we're so glad that Adam Castanier is back with us tonight as co-host. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. It's great to have you all here as we engage together tonight.
I hope that you hear God speaking to you tonight as we talk a little bit more about our families.
Here's a picture of me and my family.
And here's one of mine. Yeah, everything's just fine at home right now. So let's do more than just try to survive COVID or survive quarantine. But let's try to help our families as much as we can do our part to really grow throughout this.
And to be healthier than ever before.
We're really glad that you are here tonight with us. We've got a lot of great stuff planned for you.
Coming up is Hot Seat, Ava versus Ava. We've got some prize giveaways. And special guest all the way from South Maple Street is Mike Cable.
Because the other end of Maple Street is notoriously real sketchy.
That's true. South
Maple Street. So, guys, welcome to Wednesday Night Live. Springtime is in full effect right now, and everything is growing. I've got to do those allergy nasal spray things every morning. Ugh.
Yeah, I know. My nose is all stuffy and my voice is all hoarse.
Your voice always sounds like that.
I've said it before. You're an idiot.
That's the best part of my day right there. The thing is about spring is that it is a time of growth. That's why we're having all these allergies, is because everything's growing.
There are seasons for things to grow.
Like when the first time that I ever got into a children's ministry in third grade and really started to learn the Bible.
Or for me, when I was in college and had a chance to do a Bible study with some of the guys in my dorm.
And this is important to catch this big idea that it's more than just about surviving quarantine or surviving COVID. It's a chance for our families to thrive.
Ask God to help your families grow, despite all of the worries and the pressures of quarantine and all the annoyances.
And sometimes we just need to make the best of things.
And sometimes it means it's time for Family TikTok.
Baby, come give me something, oh. Baby, come give me something, oh. 'Cause I can't stop loving. When you're spending every day on your own, and here it goes. I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. I'm just a kid, I know that it's not fair.
Just around the bend, everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a love.
We're playing the distancing game today, and we're calling it Ava versus Ava. We're going to give you some multiple choice questions and ask you to take your very best guess about the distances between different things. Since we're social distancing now, we got to figure out our distances and be able to get them right. So we're going to jump right into the game here and start playing with question number 1, and that is, what is the distance from Orlando, Florida to Anaheim, California? A, B, C, or D, none of the above? What is your best guess, Ava S?
A.
A, and Ava P?
A.
A, and the answer is... Oh, what about this? What is the distance from the Earth to the Sun? Is it A, B, C, or none of the above?
I think B.
B, okay. Ava P?
D.
D, none of the above. And the answer is, oh, it's 149 million kilometers. You would have to pack a lunch if you were going to go to the sun. Okay, in their hit song from 1988, called I'm Gonna Be. What distance do the Proclaimers say they would walk? 100 miles, 300 miles, 400 miles, or 500 miles? Ava S.
B.
B, 300 miles. Ava P.
D.
D. And the answer is D. Yonge Street in Toronto, Canada is the world's longest street in the world. What's the total distance of, I'm sure I said it wrong, Yonge Street? A, B, C, or D? Ava S.
I think C.
C, 1,178 miles. Ava P.
B.
Okay, and the answer is Ava S. Have you studied this stuff? You're
No.
killing us. Wow. All right, good job. True or false? All right, it's 50-50. Miami, Florida is closer to Brazil than it is to Washington State. What do you think? True or false?
False.
False, okay. And
I think it's true.
you think it's true? And oh, Ava P for the win of that one. All right, good job, ladies. Next one is, who holds the world record for the long jump with a distance of, this is insane, almost 9 meters? Carl Lewis, Mike Powell, TJ Gale, or Mitchell Watt?
I think it's D.
Think it's D, okay. Ava,
I think it's B.
you think it's B, Mike Powell? Oh, it is Mike Powell. I thought it was Carl Lewis. Very, very good answers. Those are good. All right. This building in Dubai is the tallest building in the world with a total height of 828 meters. What's the second tallest building in the world?
I think it's C.
C, Shanghai Tower. All right.
Yeah.
Good
I was
answer.
going to say that too.
I
C.
think so too. And you are both wonderfully right. Very, very good job, ladies. In the 1994 movie Forrest Gump, Forrest goes on a run that lasts for 3 years, 2 months, 14 days, and 16 hours. What is the estimated distance that Forrest would have run in 3 years, 2 months, 14 days, and 16 hours?
B.
Say B, 21,000 miles. All right. Ava P?
A.
A, 19,000 miles. And the answer is 19,000 miles. Wow, that's incredible. This woman, Ashrita Furman, in 2013 set a record for riding a what underwater for a distance of 1.3 miles? A unicycle, a submersible scooter, a tricycle, or a snowmobile? What do you think?
A.
A unicycle, okay. And Ava P?
It's B.
You think it's B, a submersible scooter? And you guys are really amazing. Out of 4 choices, at least one of you, and frequently 2 of you, are getting them right. This is so cool. This is the last question. What is the distance between a regulation soccer net's posts? Is it 7.3 meters, 8 meters, 24 feet, or all of the above? Could be a trick question.
A.
Ava P?
C.
It is D. It is indeed D. Thank you guys so much for playing. It is just great to have you guys on today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, why did the chicken cross the road? Do you know? To go see the stupid person. Knock, knock. Who's there? It's the chicken! Anyways, seriously. But seriously, I'm taking a break from quarantining just to talk to you. For the next minute, we'll be gathering names from the chat, and late in the stream, we're going to announce tonight's pizza winner in the chat. So type the word pizza in the chat just one time to enter. Typing it more than once might actually hurt your chances of winning, just because it's annoying. So type it once. P-I-Z-Z-A, pizza, pizza, pizza. Enter it now for a chance to win, and then stay with us until the end. We also are going to be sharing some really big news that you will not want to miss, so stay until the end.
This is the hot seat with hot questions and even hotter peppers. We've got John Oliver here. You guys know him. Hi, John. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Mike. How about yourself?
Doing well.
Awesome.
So, what we've got here, John, every question I answer you, or I give to you, you've got to eat a pepper. So, you're going to eat these spicy peppers. Get ready. What's your most embarrassing moment? One bite is all you need.
My most embarrassing moment was one time in elementary school. I came out of the bathroom and I zipped my shirt up in my fly, so my shirt was hanging out of my pants, and it wasn't until probably halfway through the day someone pointed it out to me.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's incredibly.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. Luckily, we've got another pepper for you.
Oh,
Here's
thank
another
you.
question. Go ahead and take a bite. I'll give you that question. What's at the top of your bucket list?
That one's easy. Skydiving.
Skydiving.
I want to go skydiving.
Have you? So you've never been skydiving yet? I think it'd be crazy.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
A lot of more fun than eating these peppers. Let's have another one.
Please, can we? Okay.
What's something you've done that would have put you on the FBI watch list? FBI watch list.
Well, actually, I may have ended up on the FBI watch list one time.
Oh.
I was flying out to Colorado for a hunting trip, and I tried to take a hunting knife and my carry-on on the plane on accident instead of leaving it in my luggage, and they pulled me off to the side and had a nice little conversation with me, but... whew,
So you had a 6-inch knife in your bag, ready to
ready to get on a plane.
cut one of those peppers. Yeah, that's what you're gonna do with it. So, moving on. What would you like your gravestone to say?
I told you I was sick.
Oh, I was expecting a little bit more. Let's go. One more. This is all we've got. You're getting there.
Oh, please.
What would you do for $100 that no one else would probably do for $1,000?
Eat a bunch of jalapenos, evidently. I probably would eat like a bunch of really big, like rhinoceros beetles or something like that. Most people wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that for $10,000. That's disgusting.
I'd probably do it for 50, honestly.
Of course. Well, this is the hot seat. This is John Oliver. Thanks for joining the show today.
See you guys.
See ya.
Are those hot at all?
Yeah. When I came out of the bathroom, I had zipped my shirt up in my fly.
Yeah, do you?
And my
Now we gotta start over again.
That's the outtake.
Hey guys, this is Jared, Haley, and our friend Betty Sue here for the update. Here to touch base on what's going on this week. We've got a lot going on, and would love for you all to be involved and stay plugged in.
And tonight, after the stream, we want each of you to jump into a breakout group with one of our leaders, and the group links are in the description below.
Tomorrow, Thursday, is Gaming Thursday at 5 p.m. Come hang out, play Fortnite, don't know what that is, or Minecraft, don't know what that is. All the links are everywhere, Instagram, our webpage, anywhere. If you can't find it, reach out to your friends. They'll have it. Come play video games, hang out, have fun.
Sunday mornings, join us for worship on the Grace Heartland Facebook page or website at 10:15, and then be part of a small group afterwards at 11:30. All of those links are on our small groups page.
Mondays and Wednesdays, Clark is doing a Zoom hangout at 2 p.m. Just come, hang out, talk to each other, socialize some way since you can't do it face to face in presence with each other because you have to social distance still. But the links are everywhere that we've already talked about. You know where they are. Come hang out, let your friends know, get everybody involved.
And if you guys have trouble connecting with us, please reach out to us and let us know. Last thing is make an effort to really connect when you're in your Zoom groups. Sit up, have your video on, put other distractions away, listen, and then be a part of the discussion. Black screens and the muted mics mean that no one's getting or giving anything to each other. And our community tables really work, and especially right now, more than ever.
Yep. We can't say it enough. We miss you guys. We can't wait till we're all able to get back together. But let's keep doing what we're doing, make the best that we can, and stay involved. And most importantly, stay plugged in, stay safe, stay well, and you know what? Make the most of the quarantine.
Do you have a funny video? Scare video? Want to be famous for 15 seconds? Then text video to 833-355-0406 and we'll send you instructions to submit and upload a video of your own that might be featured on a coming Wednesday Night Live. Thanks, guys. I was thinking this week about small groups, and maybe it's time that we run through some of the do's and the don'ts about how to be part of a successful digital video chat.
Like, don't chomp your chips real loudly into the microphone.
Totally like that. But more, like there's an etiquette to how we interact with each other all the time to be respectful, and there's also one to interacting online, and it's super important that we do it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think a good rule of thumb is if you wouldn't act that way in person, then don't act that way on Zoom.
Exactly. So we're going to take you through 3 items that we're calling Zoom etiquette. Number 1, sit up. Do not do your group laying down on the floor or laying down in bed. It just says that none of you are important enough for me to be upright for.
Number 2, video on, always.
Unless you're going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I kind of think you could probably just wait for that.
Yeah, maybe you should just wait for that. And the thing is that if your small group and your video is on and your small group's going, it says you guys are important enough for me to look at you, and I want you to see what's going on in my face. I'm listening. Otherwise, it just says that you don't care if your video's off.
Video off just kind of tells everybody you're not really worth my time. So video on, always.
So number 3 is listen and share. You know, there's one thing that really affects if a small group is great or not.
What's that?
And that is the questions that you listen to and interact with. If you guys are really interacting, it's a great small group. If no one's talking and video's off, it's a bummer every time.
So together, let's put some of these into action and have some great group times tonight and on Sunday.
We know that you can. You totally have this.
All right, guys, it's time for you to turn your volumes up. And if you can do it without being super weird, sing along.
Or at least throw your praise hands in the chat.
Let me see those hands.
Let me see those hands. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Cable.
You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every life. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, turning lives around. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, mending every heart. I worship you, and I worship you. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keep, light in the darkness, and my God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keep, light in the darkness, and my God, that is who you are. Oh, waymaker, miracle worker, promise keep, light in the darkness, and my God, that is who you are. Oh, waymaker, miracle worker, promise keep, light in the darkness, and my God, that is who you are. And 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 that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness, and my God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keep, light in the darkness, and my God, that is who you are.
Thank you for joining us for our daily press conference. Let's begin as we always do. Say it with me. We will get through this together. Say it one more time. We will get through this together. Now, today we need to have some very important conversations. You got to do the sign language.
That's the only thing I know. I'm way behind on my lessons with Virginia. That was really good though, right? Let me know if you're going to say that again.
Okay, just sit down. Yes, it did look good. We are all in this together. We want to make sure that what we're doing during these unprecedented times matters. So when we come on the other side of it, we will be stronger, we will win, we will beat this. Let us have those tough conversations now. Some of you have been leaving your dirty clothes and dishes around the house during this time of quarantine. Guys, we just can't be doing that. And we must work together to keep things clean and neat. Kenneth, let's show that slide. We must flatten that curve. We've got to flatten that curve because we are together and we will beat this. Also, we need to keep bathing. Just because we aren't going out like we used to doesn't mean we can't practice proper hygiene. Some of you are also snacking way too much during lockdown. We have a budget, we have a grocery list, we will abide by it. Let's talk about gatherings in the home. Some of you have been wanting to mass gather after bedtime. We simply can't do that. Mommy and Daddy need their sleep. When that door is shut, we will not gather. I know we've had some protests about this particular matter.
Later, bedtime is
These after bedtime mass gatherings cannot happen. They will lead to more deaths. You saw how your mother reacted the last time you tried to mass gather after a bedtime. After bedtime, stay in your rooms, stay safe. And as I've said, we will get through this together. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, stay safe, and God bless this household.
There's a good outtake.
When I go camping, I always like to bring along a handful of regular items to make the trip great, like a small hammock rig and a rain fly, or a small butane stove to boil water and cook some horrible camping food. And I think part of what makes camping cool is all the equipment and the stuff that goes along with it. One thing that I always carry is some waterproof matches in this little case, and it's got a little striking piece of sandpaper on the bottom for you to strike the matches on. So whether it's cold or windy or rainy, I can make a fire. I was thinking this week about the friction in our homes. Like, for sure, there's been some friction in your homes over the last 6 weeks, and there's been some friction in my home. And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about these matches. You know, matches were made to strike. They were made to light something else on fire so that you can have light or heat or cook some food on. But until that moment that you go through the friction of striking a match, it's never going to happen. If matches had little tiny brains in the match head and little tiny nerve cells, that moment of being struck up against that sandpaper and lit on fire would probably be like the absolute worst. But through doing it, you get something better from it. And family conversations, if you can picture this, are kind of like that. It's a moment of friction. It's an uncomfortable, awkward, difficult moment to have a tough conversation with your family. It's friction for sure. And yet, it's the moment that leads us to something else and something better. As a dad of 2 almost grown kids, I've had some tough conversations with my sons over the years, but not one of them has been pointless. They've all led to better. Nothing ever got worse because we had a difficult conversation about something. That's the way that they are. Many of you have had a tough conversation in your home already. In fact, if you've had one of those conversations that's been challenging or awkward or embarrassing, or maybe you had to own up to something and you got in trouble, I just want you to put this emoji in the chat and let us know, man, I've had one of these hard talks in my family. If you haven't yet, someday you're going to have one of those tough talks where you're going to get confronted about your behavior or your attitudes or your words. You're going to have a disagreement about something, about what you believe in and they believe in. You're going to have to apologize for something you did, or maybe you've been wrestling with something on your own unsuccessfully, and you're going to need to ask for some help or advice for something that's personal or difficult or embarrassing. And when that day comes, we want you to be ready for it, and we want to help you get it right. Families aren't easy, but having tough, difficult conversations in your family is totally, totally doable. When Angela and I got married in 1994, no one gave us a roadmap for how to handle issues or difficult conversations together. We didn't know what we were doing. It would have been so cool, wouldn't it, if there was like an app for your phone to say, these are things that you should never ever say to your spouse. That would have saved me so much time. Wouldn't it be great if there was an app for your family to help you navigate? To say, hey, if you don't call each other names, you'll get there a lot faster. Or stop and admit you're wrong and say you're sorry, and it will make this issue take like a week less time to solve it. Colossians is a letter written by Paul to a church full of folks who were struggling to learn how to live like Christ. That's what they wanted to do. And it's kind of like a roadmap where he's giving them directions and navigational cues. And chapter 3 is written for Christian families. It's like, hey, this is how you can be a Christ-centered family. And in verses 12 through 14, we read this. Since God chose you to be the holy people he loves, you must clothe yourselves with tender-hearted mercy, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Remember, the Lord forgave you, and you must forgive others. Above all, clothe yourselves with love, which binds us together in perfect harmony. He says, clothe yourselves with mercy, kindness, gentleness, humility, and patience. I love it when the first letters of different words make a word. I think that's called an acrostic. And they make a word that's simple and easy to remember. Those are so cool. The acrostic for this is mukahugapa. You know, it sounds like you got punched in the stomach or you ate some bad food. Mukahugapa. If you could just remember that, that means you need mercy and kindness and humility and gentleness and patience. These are important directions. And then he says, hey, expect other people to have faults. Expect other folks to make mistakes. And when they do, forgive them. But above all, be loving. Be loving with your family, even through tough times and tough circumstances. These are directions for homes to have hard conversations, and instead of them being hurtful, they can actually be healing conversations. See, when we're confronted with something in the home and we're angry or we're stubborn or we're too ashamed to bring it up, we're afraid of the consequences, then we're never going to have those conversations. And it leaves room for some ugly stuff to start to happen. And we'll never get past the issue, and we'll just stay stuck there. So if you want to have a hard conversation at home, here's how to do it. First is just ask, hey, can we talk about what happened? And then be really patient to listen to their point of view and their feelings and their perspective on the matter. And then you're going to need to share honestly how you feel and not be too embarrassed to own up to your own opinion, even if it's hard. And you can admit when you made mistakes, even if that might mean that you're temporarily in trouble or grounded, but you own up to it. And last, you can value the relationship above being right. The relationship is always more important than winning an argument or being right. I want you to think about a conflict that you've got going on right now with a family member. Maybe you have to have a hard conversation with your family. Don't hide from having a difficult talk when it's time to. Maybe you need to say something like this, Mom and Dad, don't freak out, but I've been having some questions about God, and I've been struggling for answers, and I haven't found them yet. And honestly, I've been afraid to talk to you guys because I thought you'd be disappointed that I was wrestling with some doubts. Maybe you need to say, Mom or Dad, I've been looking at stuff on my phone that I know is no good for me. And I can't seem to stop. And I'm embarrassed and I'm ashamed, but I need some help. Maybe your family is fighting a whole bunch and you're afraid that your family is going to split up. And it's best to speak up to Mom or Dad and say, I'm scared all the time that our family is not going to make it. I don't even know what I can do, but I need to be honest. Maybe you've got a sibling and you stole something from them, or you broke something of theirs, or they got in trouble for something that was actually your fault and you need to come clean with them and fess up to it. Maybe you're buried in schoolwork and you've been trying to cover your tracks and fix it yourself, and you need to say, Mom and Dad, I don't even know what to do. I am overwhelmed. Maybe right now you feel overwhelmed and depressed and alone and hopeless. Maybe you feel anxious and afraid of what's coming. And you need to be humble and say to a family member, I just am not doing well, and I think I need some help. No matter what the conversation that you need to have is, if you'll commit to resolving your issues and your conflicts with family through an open, honest, difficult conversation, one with mercy and kindness and humility, with gentleness and patience, with forgiveness and with love, then I promise in the long run, God is going to bring your family closer together and bring you healing throughout those conversations. And that's one more way that God can use your family to do atypical things in this world. On Monday, Chelsea and Drew Harden finally had those twins. Javier and Bruce Harden were born Monday evening, and together they already make a great tag team, weighing in at a combined weight of 11 pounds and standing 35.5 inches tall already when Javi is standing on Bruce's head. We celebrate with them the birth of these precious boys. Join me and let's pray together for them right now. God, we thank you for the health of these twins, and we praise you for their birth. We ask that you would grow the four Hardens together as a close and a healthy family that can do great things for your kingdom. Please help these boys to grow up to walk with you and to love you with all of their hearts. And as all of them settle into a new kind of life, please fill their home with your peace and your presence. In Jesus' name, amen.
Hey guys. Just kidding. You know we're not done yet. We have Zoom groups coming up. That's the place where you need to go to get connected with each other and connected with God. Their links are in the comments. If you go in one and it's too full, you can't get in, or you're just having a hard time connecting, move on to the next one. And make sure while you're in your Zoom group, you are engaging, you're talking, you're seeing all those friendly, familiar faces that we miss so much. Have a good night, guys. Jump in a group.